Hello and welcome to your daily oracle reading for Wednesday, December 11th, 2019. This is also a part of our full moon reading, so the effects of this full moon are going to be included in this reading. So I'm going to call this my full moon reading for December 11th and 12th because the full moon happens very late tonight in the US and is recorded in universal time as being tomorrow. So I just wanted to be a little accurate with this full moon reading. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, let's jump in. Okay, our first card today for this full moon reading is the Six of Cups. Now, it's so interesting because the moon in this picture is going dark, almost eclipsing. Do you see this? So the Six of Cups, it's a sword, Six of Swords. Okay, so this is especially true for all of my air signs, and that is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. But this is true for all of us, especially for this full moon reading. Now, the woman is in the boat. She's ready to go. She has her packages all surrounded here by swords, so there is safety around her cargo, and she's being asked, she's reaching for her last bundle to be lifted down into her boat, and then she's going to set sail on this ship that has the all-seeing eye. Now this ship means it's going to be paying attention to where it's headed. That all-seeing eye there is paying attention to the journey. But this is, okay, I'll say it now. It's coming up in just a moment. This is a major transformation card. This is a literal journey, so this card is especially true for those of you who are heading on a literal journey. But this card is more true about you having a major change in your perception and in your journey, in your personal journey, a change in the unconscious, a change in your perceiving, a change in your understanding of your reality. Because this is an air sign, this is very connected to how we think, how we perceive, what information we're taking in. Remember the Gemini, we're in a Gemini full moon. Oh, Lordy. Oh, golly. Okay, so the Gemini deals with the higher self, what Geminis do very well. And Gemini, I hope you know how much I love you. I have a very tender place in my heart for you. But they deal with the higher self and the lower self very well. So as we are coming into this full moon that is going to illuminate everything, because the light is so bright, especially here in the desert at night, you can see everything so clearly. And even if there are clouds, it is illuminating your subconscious for the next 3 days. As this goes into darkness, you are leaving this dark journey and emerging into your light self. You've had so many wonderful helpers along the way. Look at these people guiding you and supporting you and helping you load your boat. Even if they're strangers, the animals are here to support you. Your transformative ship is all seeing, so it's not going to lead you back into that place where you were. There are 3 cards that came up today from where you were starting with all this burden and grief, and then shifting your perspective, keeping your eyes up in the clouds on the prize as you're ready to embark on this journey. Those cards have been coming up for us in the past and lead us to this point. So, wow, where are you headed? You know, when you're headed out to sea, I don't even think she has a sail. She may have an oar. She doesn't know where she's going. She's just setting sail, knowing maybe the shore is just across the bay. Maybe the journey is 1,000,000 miles away. It doesn't matter. She's on her way safely. So I went to Spirit and I said, well, what is this all about? And I went to the Denise Linn Sacred Travelers deck, and I get the transformation card. It says, a fresh new way of living emerges. A fresh new way of living emerges. Look at this phoenix flying. So she is flying to her transformation, getting into that spot where she can really fly. And I asked Spirit for my divine action cards. Well, what needs to happen? What is holding her back? What actions do we need to take? First one is release fear. Release all your fear. To get into a little boat like this, with no sale and maybe one or, you need to release this fear, okay? And so then when I go to what else is coming up, it's releasing your past. When I was in leadership in the everyday world, I was often taught, one of my mentors taught me that past behaviors predict future outcomes. I'll say it again. Past behavior predicts future outcomes, meaning that we tend to repeat our old behaviors over and over and over again. And the way I was taught to use it was with people who had chronic issues with their employees. And I was taught how to document and to expedite an exit for that person if they weren't working out well with a paper trail. And I'm nearly ashamed to say that out loud, but of that understanding, getting up to a higher level in management where you keep the corporation's best interest in place before the people. Of course, I don't operate like that now. This was one of the reasons why I got out of traditional business, because I just couldn't be a part of that system that was so unkind to human experience for the corporate greed to make the company more money. It just goes against my soul. So by releasing the past, what does that mean? So, and what does this story from Whole Foods? Oh, I didn't mention them, did I? One day I'll learn how to edit. Yikes. But one, I really didn't want to say their name. But by releasing your past behavior, by acknowledging this journey that you've been on to get you to this point, so that you're moving in the right direction, right? Do you see, like, you're walking uphill with all these burdens, that's what you've been coming out of. And as you start moving in the right direction with care to your cargo and help by friends, you must release your past behavior. So let's say you're setting up a new way of life and it's all unfamiliar to you. You need to, oh golly, you need to, I'll stop that. It's an invitation for you to try working your new path in a new way. So let's say you're making a financial change in your life, a big financial change in your life. All right, let's say that you are working from being in financial ruin, we'll call it financial ruin, and you're stepping into your new money world, your new money diet, your new financial goals. You must release your past and also the past behaviors that led you. You have to release your past so you can change your future. So let's say you're starting a new financial diet. I like to call it money diets. I go on money diets a lot, and I'm doing a money diet. I'm money fasting right now. So to make sure that you meet your financial responsibilities, you can mark down on a calendar. You can set reminders to or log all of your expenses every day. You have to start with a money diet, right? It's the old ways it was taught as logging all your food, right? When you did a new food journal. So try a money journal. Where does all your money go? Without judgment, just notice where it's going so that you can recognize your patterns of spending so that you can change it, because we do so many things out of habit or out of emotionally being charged. One of my emotional challenges is to think, oh, I deserve this, and going to Starbucks or whatever and treating myself to a coffee beverage or something like that. My challenge is to learn how to budget for that so that I have a set budget for that allows for those things that I want, not just that it's happening on an impulse way, but it's by releasing the past of how I used to spend money. So I hope this very long explanation is helpful when you are in your transformation and doing it with consciousness. Don't just flee your scene. Do it, because if you're just running away and starting again in your new life in whatever way, monetarily, physically, a new project, ditching your old work, quitting a job and transforming. If you do it in the way that you've been doing it, you'll simply repeat it. But I know that you're a regular viewer and you've been transforming along with me. So that's what I'm really trusting. So some tips, one last minute tip that you can do, especially for this full moon, up until the 13th of whatever, December, where we are. Feel free to hold a small fire in a very safe manner where you write your fears out. I'm afraid I'm going to attract the same type of man, partner, woman, mate over and over again. I release this. I release my participation. Release the fear that you have around money, relationships, diet, health, well-being, whatever it is where you're transforming your consciousness, and release. And I want to say forgive your past too. Now, many of you have done the forgiveness work, but I'm really hearing that forgiveness and letting go is really letting go and allowing something new or not new to form. Okay? Ooh, that sounds tricky. Go easy with yourself. Write it down. Put it in a small fire. Bless it. Thank it for all that it has served you. Thank it for being so present with you that it kept you from moving forward because it was concerned for your safety. Thank it for all it has gifted you. And then you'll be able to really move forward in a way without fear so that you are flying in the light and receiving the guidance you need step by step as you move forward every day, recommitting yourself to living a fuller, healthier, better life each day. Seems impossible, but it is very possible. Wow, this is a big moon. We got a lot of big stuff coming up. You know, Geminis, I just want to thank you for all your love and your service and all the twins out there, because they help show us where we can improve either in the darkness or in the light. They are such beautiful beings and I love them all. All right. I'm so grateful you stopped by my little channel here. And to my new subscribers, thank you so much for coming by. If you're compelled to share my full moon video, please do so. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a sensational day.